welcome to another exciting podcast, AJR3 podcast. Well, hey Ranjan, how are you?
Hi Rohit, nice to meet you again.
Mhm.
After quite a few weeks, have been pretty hectic, I guess, for both of us. So, how it's been going out there?
Well, actually, my idea was to be very consistent as I thought, but there are other commitments. I had my midterm exams going on, and I had to study for them a lot. And I also started in a very exciting position. I have started working as an intramural uh, football referee in the university, so which was exciting. And so that makes my
Great.
schedule a little bit.
Yeah. So, from left wing, you have now shifted your position to referee, right? Nice.
Yeah.
So, how's the experience going on with that?
Well, I must say that first of all, I found like a new respect for referees because we all always play the game, but now my viewpoint has to change a little bit because sometimes when I'm on the field, some decisions are really hard to make because some of the tackles, like when they say like how the referee did not catch it, sometimes the angle is so difficult to spot that you don't know the contact is there. Sometimes the deflection misses. So yeah, I found a new respect for being a referee. Overall, I love being around football, the game usually, even though it's
Now,
and it
now
and
you'll also have an added respect to VAR as well.
not war.
Not
Come
only
on.
the on-field referee, but
No,
VAR
the
as well.
the thing is like we don't have the luxury of having VAR, but if you are having a VAR, then you should make better decisions, which Premier League has not done, and in European competitions also, some of the decisions they make is like the thing is like about refereeing. Even if you use VAR, be consistent, and it's not the consistency should not be like this referee to that referee. It should be about refereeing the whatever you make, however you want to educate the decisions, it should be consistent. The standard has to be consistent. Does not matter who referees, because I think the decisions these days are very subjective, which is making it a lot harder, and there are more arguments regarding the decisions. And yeah, this is a big of a problem. And mostly while refereeing in the sports, I found that uh, it's very difficult to give sometimes the handballs because people keep complaining all the time. But then you have to see that did it deflect on
For
from
me,
some player or somebody.
For me, it's the fitness because they have to keep on running to and fro
But
throughout
yeah,
the whole game, and that really makes them. You have to be fit. You can't be, you can't miss your gym days.
I'll tell you
Go there
something.
and do a referee job.
Yeah. So the professional game is like 1.5 hour, right? And they get a 15 minutes break in there for the referees. I do my intramural refereeing 4 hours straight in a row. So we are officiating like 4 games of almost 50 minutes because 25 minutes half each. So we are running for 4 hours to and fro, here and there, here and there, here and there. And you have to, because we don't have like a goal line, we don't have like the offside linesman, and also we don't have the lead official, which will be like checking out that the ball is crossed the goal. So we have to rush there as soon as we see the attack is building. So that takes a lot of stamina. And every time I finish my shift, my legs are paining or something's happening. But the thing is, like, I get joy out of it, which is most important thing. I just love doing that. And I'm picking up a lot of fitness. You see, I'm getting leaner and leaner now.
That's great.
So how have you been? How you been?
So just busy with the corporate life going on, and some very good developments with regards to football as well. So Chelsea not doing well. One thing is that
Yeah, horrible run
I'm
right
getting
now.
used to the performance which we are giving, but yes,
Yeah.
with the World Cup round the corner, it's always very exciting. Still hoping to go to Qatar. Let's see what
Oh,
happens.
do you have the tickets?
Yes and no. Both the things are viable for this.
What kind of diplomatic
I have some
answer is
source.
that?
Yeah, I have some source who has the tickets. but it's all about the plan. If I have certain time with regards to the corporate life, I'll plan something. Yeah, still on the cards.
I
Hoping
think
to see the final or the semi-final.
doesn't matter what it takes, just make it happen, man. It would gonna be like a life-changing experience for you.
Yes.
Witnessing a World Cup and another game is like kind of different. Which game are you picking if you have to? Give me three games.
Semi-finals. No, I guess semi-final passes are the closest that I can get. One of my source has that pass, so let's see. But it all depends upon the availability of the flights and the costing and my availability from my schedule as well. So let's see.
Okay, like if I remove that. Because we don't know who's going to semi-final or something. If I give you like some dream matchups, which let me give you unlimited pass. You can watch any 2 games of the group stages. Which are you gonna turn in for?
It's really tough, this World Cup I'm really rooting for Denmark. So
Okay.
any of one of their matches with anybody, for me it's really, you can say that would really love to watch Denmark playing. And apart from that, one match, if you would like to say, maybe Qatar playing the first match, because it will be a historic match with regards to South, Middle East hosting such a big event, and Qatar first time playing the World Cup.
Yeah.
So a lot of eyeballs will be there in the first match as well. A lot of celebrities who will be flying around the world.
You don't want to miss the opening ceremony, huh? You want to be there for it.
Yeah, yes, because I expect a lot of investment must have gone in that opening ceremony. So the first match is something which is very exciting, and then any of the group match of Denmark. Really.
But you know what? It really sucks that how many players who were like in good form are gonna miss the World Cup due to injuries.
Yes, so this is more you can say 50% more players would have missed the World Cup if FIFA or the respective leagues didn't make the rule for 5 substitutes.
Yeah.
If we continued with 3 substitute rule, then I'm pretty much sure that we would have missed a lot of more players. But yes, it was expected that a lot of players would get injured, and a lot of players will are currently also not playing that well in their respective club just to remain fit for the World Cup.
Yeah.
So it can haunt them back as well. Let's see what happens. But yeah.
And this is the very
first time World Cup is happening in a winter.
Winter, so, yeah, same winter World Cup. Yeah. So they had just to accommodate this World Cup, they had to like go through very very different kind of settings. They had to change a lot of rules, regulations just to accommodate the World Cup. And I'm just thinking on the top of my head, like France is the defending world champion, right? Yeah, of course. So they are missing Kante, they are missing Pogba, Varane is still a doubt. So these are like the 3 main players who were like irreplaceable in French squad. You can just know that. I heard that
about Pogba, you forget about Varane. You can see how Chelsea is struggling without Kante, right? France is more dependent on Kante than Chelsea.
But I think
I don't know how France.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a makeup will be done by Tchouaméni because he's been playing very well.
Yeah, but Tchouaméni is
he's a proper defensive midfielder. He's not a box to box.
Proper defensive. He's kind of a player like what Casemiro used to do in Madrid. So he will not
I think
keep on running the whole field.
I understand, but they'll have to still make up for something. I think the closest thing to Kante.
He's kind of a replacement.
He's not a. I mean, because Kante is like a box to box more like. He has a good defensive, but he's also good in carrying the ball forward. I think the closest thing France has is like a budget Kante, which would be like Adrien Rabiot, who's also now in a very good form for Juventus.
Yeah, Yeah, I saw
I'm not
that.
saying like he will be as good as Kante, but he has the skill set similar to Kante. Like he also good defensively and he carries the ball forward as well.
With
But
regards
not
to Kante,
with
the
that.
main thing is that you get, you know, that intensity football throughout the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
That is something which is very rare in players.
And without Pogba, they'll lack creativity as well.
The creativity in the midfield.
Yeah, so it will be all dependent upon Benzema and.
We'll have a discussion on France.
Yeah, I'm just talking about some players. Yeah, not the squad. Like some players which are huge miss. The next one is Sadio Mane. That is the biggest
But
miss
he's
for
still-
any squad, I guess.
He's still going with the squad to
Oh, he is?
let's see. Yeah, he's in the squad, so they are taking him. Maybe he'll miss the first game. Maybe he'll
Okay.
miss the
I
second
hope he
game.
doesn't because he's
But
a
if
very
they-
exciting guy and
Yeah.
Senegal has a good squad as well.
Yes, Senegal has taken Sadio Mane in.
Okay. But another thing is I heard that another big miss would be like Son for South Korea. Is he fit or is he missing now? I haven't seen the news yet. Let me
I
check
don't know,
out.
like
Let me check out.
yeah, I haven't heard this news because I don't know if South Korea has announced their team yet.
Okay, so it just came in today. So Son Heung-min to lead the South Korea at World Cup despite the recent injury. So many players they'll have to take them just for hope.
Yeah, it was expected. The
I think
biggest,
same thing is with the Varane also.
I think
He's also not fit, but they're taking him.
He's going with the
Yeah.
the team, but I guess injury with regards to the England squad has been the worst. So
Who is injured in
Reece
England?
James,
Oh yes.
losing out Kyle Walker, both very crucial part in that right side. So that would be a huge, kind of a block hole or a you can say pain point for Southgate's England.
And then having a manager like Southgate also. He'll play Harry Maguire is I think the first person on the sheet.
And for Southgate, his wing backs are the most important.
Yeah, the three at the back. But the good thing is like the good thing is Luke Shaw is back in form. He's back in Manchester United squad and he's playing well.
And
Shaw is playing well.
Is not there. That's why Luke Shaw is in the squad. But Luke Shaw isn't
But
good wing back. He's kind of an okay left back.
But if you see,
have to go
but if you see,
their backups.
Yeah, but if you see the last Euros, Luke Shaw was phenomenal, one of the best players in England, and he has got his form. He has benched Malacia. Malacia was playing very well, and I have been seeing like Manchester United games. I think every time we are on the field, Luke Shaw is one of the best fullbacks.
For the team, Ben Chilwell is way ahead of what Luke Shaw is, and losing Ben Chilwell just before the World Cup is a big miss for Southgate. Reece James and
Reece James is a bigger and Kyle Walker is a wicker. I'm telling you, like what I have been saying. What I have been saying, Luke Shaw will do a decent job. Because by fitness, Ten Hag worked on it, and he looks like a player, man. He's making crosses, he's going forward. It's all about. So Ten Hag told that he wants his fullbacks to be more like defensively solid first, and then maybe Southgate gives him full freedom to go forward. Like he scored a goal in the final, right?
I don't know.
Luke Shaw last year versus Italy.
Because even Kieran Trippier is also playing really good now. So he's
right back, yeah.
The right back for England now. Trent not in form, so I see Trippier starting, and I also see Luke Shaw starting. So yeah, but again, very depleted spot with regards to the wing backs for England, which has been their strength.
Okay.
So that is also a big reason for worry.
Okay, James Maddison is going to the World Cup, right?
Yeah, today's match was something interesting where I guess he got a knock from somewhere. Let's see. He's in the squad. I just hope he is not injured.
That he deserves to be in the squad. He's now in form. Okay, so All right, so we're gonna do something now. Since it's the World Cup, there are very few days left for the kickoff. So we're gonna do squad reviews. Okay, so we're gonna do a squad review series. Each and every episode, we're gonna pick up two teams and we're gonna review them, whatever squads are being added. And I hope by the World Cup kicks off, we'll be covering all the squads by then. So two squads for today would be Portugal and Spain. So without any further ado, let's just start it. All right. So let me share the Portugal squad and then we can go over it. Okay. All right. So this is the Portugal squad, and are there any surprises for you, first of all?
Not, I don't know, Coutinho not going is you can say a surprise.
Moutinho.
I pretty much expected Renato Sanchez not getting picked
Yeah,
by
he hasn't got game time.
Fernando Santos. So because his spell in PSG hasn't been that great. I don't know if he has been playing every matches over there.
No. He has not been playing. He got a little time and then he got injured. So he was playing like world class at Lille and then he moved to PSG. Why would you move in a World Cup season, when you were right on track to be in the squad? And he just took this risk and PSG dropped down to the pecking order and then got injured. So now I think it's justified he's not in the squad.
If we start from the goalkeepers, right?
Right.
So I guess Jose Sa would be the perfect, fit for them. I think he would be their number one goalkeeper in this tournament.
Okay.
He has been pretty good with regard to Wolves as well. It's pretty much the Wolves squad, if you see.
I mean,
Portugal is heavily.
I mean, they got some very talented players from not just. It's a mix of like Porto, Benfica, United, and Wolves, I'd say. And majority of people are from there, and City, of course. All right. So you think okay, Jose? I've not been seeing him much of him at Wolves, but is he like a solid goalkeeper out of all these?
Yeah, he's still my keeper in my fantasy team. So he's a solid keeper. He gives me good amount of points, a lot of games. So
yesterday I subbed in.
Show is a veteran, but maybe what I think is Jose Sa would be starting in the World Cup.
Yeah, yesterday I subbed in Darwin Núñez and made his vice captain just randomly, and today he scored 2 goals.
Yeah, but vice captain doesn't hold any importance.
Captain is still
fantasy.
Yeah.
If your captain is playing, that vice captain is just equivalent to 0.
Anyhow, all right.
If your captain isn't playing, then the captaincy points are shifted to the vice captain.
Okay. What do you think about the defenders? Defending, I think, is something Portugal always struggle with, especially with the second centre back they have, because they always have good left backs, right backs.
Still, they have taken Pepe, so it will be Diaz and Pepe if I'm not wrong. Maybe Danilo Pereira also,
Yeah, he's been playing in like kickoff games. But have you seen this guy, Antonio Silva? The guy pocketed like Kylian Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi did not concede,
He's a backup. I don't think so.
But they played like 2 games versus PSG, right? Benfica, and they did just concede one goal each, and he did phenomenal performances.
It would be either Diaz, Pepe, or Diaz Pereira. And,
yeah, I think
Diogo Dalot has been really good for United recent times.
Exactly, my point as well.
Diogo Dalot starting for Portugal, because João Cancelo has to play right back because Nuno Mendes needs to play left back. So you cannot drop Nuno Mendes and Portugal has been the factory for attacking fullbacks.
Yeah.
So,
and then there is Rafael Guerrero. I'm telling you right now, it's really a pain to see who's gonna select between. Actually, Dalot has made a very good case for himself. It's not now that clear between Dalot and Cancelo. And Cancelo today had a very poor game.
No, but Cancelo is the first player in the sheet for Portugal. He's their main player. So he'll make a good amount of games.
Yeah,
I
but
I think Cancelo will play all the games. So he will be the first person in the team.
With the five
You
subs,
cannot drop.
with the five subs, you can have the advantage of like
Yeah.
Cancelo going full throttle 60 minutes, and then for the last 30 minutes you can put on Diego Dallo. You don't have
For
to
starting,
think.
also what you can do is you can shift Cancelo to the left back position where he
Yeah,
plays for City.
anytime.
But
Yeah.
if you
If
do that, then you are dropping Bruno Mendes. So
But
now,
let's say there's a game and Nuno Mendes having a nightmare of a game. You can move Cancelo to the left and Diego Dallo to the right.
yeah. But
This is a
what I'm
luxury they
saying
have
is,
now.
if you start for the start, I think it will be Diaz, Pereira, uh, Nuno
Yeah,
Mendes in the left back,
and
and
then also you have
Cancelo
Rafael Guerrero also in the left. I mean, the good thing is
yes,
they
he's
have
also
very good
leading.
depth. There are very good depth in the left back, right back. Only thing is about the center backs. Ruben Dias is one guy which I think is immovable right now. And then how
Yeah,
does
he's one of the best CVs. But
yeah
how will Pepe cope now with maybe almost reaching 40 years of age? In
39 he's yeah.
Yeah, he's 39, so he's almost 40 and still playing the World Cup. That's amazing.
Let's see the
So
age
let's see.
shows or the experience shows. One of the things is gonna happen. But the good thing is even
Because
if
Kohli
Pepe does
doesn't
not
does the same
play
thing.
well, if Pepe does not play well or he
I still
struggles,
remember Pepe
there is Danilo
and
Pereira and
Germany.
Silva.
I still remember Pepe and Germany game, in which they got the unnecessary red card, and
Yeah,
then
there
Portugal
is
just
there is this element. If Pepe gets a yellow, I'm
that
subbing him
element
off.
is always there.
If Pepe gets a yellow, but I
So
still
that's there
remember.
with regards to Pepe. But now he's 40. I don't think so has that aggression anymore. He still has aggression, but that amount of aggression is a bit. I don't know.
Okay, so we
So
covered this. I think if Pepe gets injured or something happens, there's Danilo Pereira and then there is Antonio Silva. So this is first time I can say they have decent replacements at not world class level, but still who can do a decent job, especially with Ruben Dias. So I think
yeah,
they're covered, but we have to see what goes on. So moving on to the midfield. This is, I think, the best area. This team has one of the best midfielders at the World Cup. I mean, it could be top
but
three, easy top three.
I don't. For me, Portugal is not going past the
It does not matter. I'm talking about the strengths of
but
this team. I think their midfield is the best.
what I know, I out of all these players, I know William Carvalho will be the guy who will be playing, and also Polinia will be there who will be playing. So
So, okay, first of
Fernando
all,
Santos is a
yeah, first of all, let me name all those like William Carvalho, Ruben Neves, Polinia, Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, Octavia, Matthias Nunes, Bernardo Silva, Joao Mario. Like these are the guys in the midfield. So they have like they can field two midfields and still have some replacements if they need. This is how strong the midfield right now
yeah.
is. It's all about finding the
Also,
right
I
combinations.
guess yeah, it will be really tough to pick three out of these many because you'll play Bruno Fernandes, you'll play Bernardo Silva,
I don't think so.
you'll play
Bernardo Silva plays as a midfielder. He'll play as a right wing for sure, as he has been doing in the playoff games as well. So he'll be playing at the right
if he goes in the right wing, then I guess then it will be William Carvalho, Bruno Fernandes,
and
and maybe
Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves.
either Ruben Neves or Joao Palinha because he will
Yeah,
go with the
true.
you know
But why will William Carvalho play? I
maybe
think
a double
Ruben
pivot as
Neves
well.
can do his job, right? He's a kind of defensive mid. I think Ruben Neves plus you can have either you can have Vitinha, Joao Mario, or somebody who's like more going forward because they will play Bruno as center attacking midfielder any days. He'll be like center striker to Cristiano also.
Yeah, let's see. Because
All right.
left wing will be Rafael Leao, and if Bernardo Silva is playing right wing, so then Ronaldo plays center position, and then they have
So
Joao Felix and
this is actually very
as a
intriguing. This is actually very intriguing. Joao Mario, he's listed as a midfielder, but he has in this season he has switched over to left midfielder and he has scored most goals in his career ever. So now there's
But
a
I don't.
versatility factor also.
Yes, but Rafael Leao and you can say Yao Cancelo are the two. According to me, the two main players who will lead Portugal to something.
Hmm.
They are coming with the most informed seasons in their back, and I guess if Fernando Santos has to pick somebody, then he'll be picking, you know,
Hmm.
Cancelo as the first person and Rafael Leao as the second, and then building team around them because they have been the informed guys. Uh, I don't know, Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva has Bruno Fernandes had a nightmare of a season till now.
Yeah, he had a
Bernardo
good game
Silva
like
is
against
doing
Villa yesterday, and before that he was like suspended. I mean, he's a little bit rash in decision making in the final third. Apart from that, he's been like doing a decent job because because they have been on a good run of winning games, and then all of a sudden he got
yeah.
suspended, and then they got
Bruno
smashed by
Fernandes
Aston Villa.
Bruno Fernandes has been, I don't know, like he hasn't been the Bruno Fernandes we knew 2 years back.
Of course, not
Now
that level, but he's still better than last years. I mean, he's doing a decent job. Let's put it
I
that
don't know,
way.
like for me, this particular attack seems a I don't see them
We'll come to
that
attack.
much.
Let me ask you first some questions
Uh,
regarding the midfield.
the midfield and the attack
I Let me
connection
ask you some
is
questions
somewhere.
regarding the midfield. So I have seen majority of these players. See, Otavio, I don't have any doubt because whenever he has come on, he has always scored or made a difference in the game. So my question is, I haven't seen much of Vitinha and Matthias Nunes. How are these two players?
Nunes has had a very bad start in Wolves. What
Hmm.
I'll say, a lot of things was expected from him, but I don't think so. He has delivered till now.
Hmm.
In in the days of Portugal, I think Matthias Nunes was really good. In Lisbon also he was really good. That's why the Wolves made their record signing with regards to him. Vitinha, I haven't seen him much. For Otavio, he needs to play at the wide role. So, but in this team, as the wide roles are already been taken, I don't think Vitinha will be used.
Hmm.
If he is just a backup or a substitute for if somebody gets injured or somebody's tired, then these players comes in with regards to Otavia. Vitinha, I'm not pretty much sure. He is kind of a you can say an attacking minded center mid, but
Yeah, and that actually.
with
So I was actually looking through his stats. So he's like in passes completed, he's 91 percentile of all the midfielders in the world. And pass completion rate is like 96 percentile in the entire world. Dribbles completed
yeah,
90% in entire world. And this is very interesting. Interception is 85 percentile, which is like a CDM. And not in many shots and goals, but these are his strengths. So which means he's a very good player in carrying the ball forward if you want to use him.
yes, he is, but I don't see him still starting the squad because of the names which are there.
I understand,
So
but there are five substitutions. So we cannot just
yeah,
cover the
he
because they
obviously
will be
can come
playing a lot of games.
because if they concede goals, they would need somebody who that
Yeah.
impetus in the midfield to go forward and make that connection
Oh
to
my
the forward
God.
line.
And the
So
same
then,
and the same thing is for wow. I mean their similarity with each other is like so uncanny. Nunes and Vitinha because he also has like dribbles completed 88%, touches in attack 91, progressive passing 95%. He does not have like that interceptions, but he has better tackling and clearances, and he's good in more. He's more of attacking than
yes,
Vitinha.
but yeah, but for me, both of them are subs. They'll start the
Yeah.
bench, and if somebody is required for an attacking push, then maybe Vitinha is the more preferred person, and five subs will make a lot of difference in this World Cup. This is the first time ever where five subs is allowed. So a lot of tactical changes you can also see within the game.
Yeah.
In between the games, you can see tactics getting changed. So let's see. It's a kind of a good you know
Good midfield, I'm
thing
telling
that
you. Yeah. They're actually the midfield, I think, is their strength in the team. If because
yeah.
that has all
Let's
the
see.
bases covered, they have abundance of players they can bring on at any time. And
But
even Danilo
again,
Pereira can play CDM.
as Fernando Santos, I have seen over the past. I am expecting a defensive minded players,
I hope he learns
some
his lesson,
defensive
man. I
minded
hope he
players
learns his lesson.
in
This is
the midfield.
so if
So
it's definitely his last World Cup, right? So if I
yes,
am a coach, I'm gonna go all guns blazing. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna try to entertain people as much as I can. And then when you go into knockouts, maybe then you can be a little bit more pragmatic. But in group stages, we expect Portugal to show up this time with that kind of squad. If you can't bring out the best with this, it will never happen. But
anyhow,
then,
it's the last World Cup for
but
a lot
that
of guys.
yeah, but then again, he has
So
won Euro 2016. Both of us haven't, so we cannot outright criticize him also. Anyhow,
yeah, but
okay.
I have no expectation from Portugal this time.
Mhm.
Can they do it? Yes, but will they do it? No.
From the
It's
track record
kind
right
of
now,
difficult for them.
I can't say they can, but you never know. Sometimes it's just like Christian Eriksen inspired others. Maybe Cristiano Ronaldo inspires his teammate. Let's see. Okay, moving on to the attack. So as
It's pretty
expected,
simple for attack. I don't know, like how good Ronaldo is now with attack
yeah,
because he has had really bad games for United
yeah,
last. It's not just now that he's not getting time with regards to game time. He has got a few amount of games now under his belt. Still, I guess he looks a lot more rusty than what he was last season. And
yeah.
people just want Ronaldo at like the opposition striker because then they can, use the tactics around him and play the ball around him and just make holes in the midfield. So that's what
So
United have been struggling whenever
l-
Ronaldo has started for them.
So let me ask you something. Why do you think what could be the factors that Cristiano has almost had us on like we have never seen a dip like this. Like in 3 months, somebody has looked almost like out of sorts. Like they can't even finish the game. Why do you think is that?
I guess what one of the major things that Ronaldo is missing this season is I don't know. He has been down mentally as well.
Hmm.
That has been the case with him. I guess
Hmm.
the some personal losses at the during the starting of the season, and not the decision of not going for the preseason also. I guess pushed him back a few months from the
Yeah.
others, and now he's 37. He cannot run all the 90 minutes. He also knows that very well, and when he thought that he could, but he couldn't. There were players who could easily track down Ronaldo, and so I guess age is now 37 is not
Yeah, but
that young for Ronaldo,
I've
but
also noticed one more
I
thing.
guess
Like
he's kind of a you know you can say mentally down, or you can say physically. The psychology of Ronaldo doesn't seem to be great as of now, but he's still one of the best players ever to play the game.
yeah.
So
So let me add
hopefully he
something
can
that I have
turn around the
observed.
World Cup.
Let me add something that I have observed. I think it's very difficult to, play your natural game and be as impactful when you are not in sync with your manager. Because every time he has the ball, he tries to do over, because he wants to stay in the team. He feels like if he does not have a good game, he might be dropped. So sometimes you are very desperate to make an impression and you make mistakes. We see him shooting from angles he should not have shot, or not being so composed on the ball. And the same thing is like pressure of the performance. Like first of all the outfield things happening. Maybe when it comes to Portugal, he's the captain of Portugal. He has one thing that he won't be dropped from Portugal squad, so he does not have to think about that pressure of performing 100% or doing too much, trying to impress others. Maybe he's more of a team player in Portugal, and we have seen him. He's leading his fifth World Cup squad. So I think that plays a very big factor. And we have seen so many players who have been like, when some manager comes, they just do not perform. And this has first time happened with Ronaldo, but he's still a human and a player. And
Yes.
I think that things are affecting him.
And
Portugal, we could see a
and
different Ronaldo. I back on that. I think
Ronaldo
so.
at 37, I don't think so is fit for the Ten Hag style of football. He cannot
Exactly.
just go and press all the 90 minutes. He can't do that. He needs services at the box, and but for that also, whatever chances he's getting, he needs to convert them. But those shooting boats are also missing this season because he has missed very easy chances. He hasn't made the best out of the not so good chances as well, which is which Ronaldo is always talked about.
Yeah.
Making the most of any chances which is
But
there in the box.
that's exactly what is very different because I've seen so many interviews of like past players. They say your first touch might leave you, your speed might leave you, but finishing is the last thing that leaves you. Like a person who's like a
Yes.
very good striker, Robert Van Persie might finish his chances as good as like he used to do before, even
That's
at
why
the
I'm
age of
still
40.
hopeful that
Exactly.
He turns up at Chelsea.
So whenever I see him with the ball, there's a desperation in Ronaldo. There's no calmness. Before he used to have a killer instinct. Now he's just desperate to get his first goal, and that's why that
Yes,
celebration comes up like this.
you will always get the 110% from Ronaldo.
Yeah, but so yeah, let's see. Anyhow, from moving from Ronaldo, Joao Felix, a little bit of now he's turning up for Atletico. Okay,
He needs to
so
leave Atletico.
yeah,
That's
I
for
mean
sure. If he needs to do something in his career, he needs to leave Atletico.
he'll be like a
Atletico
defender.
has had a really bad Champions League campaign, and they don't attack at all. I don't know what a player like Joao Felix is doing in Atletico de Madrid, but I think he needs a move away from ATM
All
so
right,
that he
enough of
can get back to the.
Felix. How about Rafael Leao? He's been good for AC Milan. If
He's
he
the
has to be informed. If Portugal has to have a chance, has to be
any
informed.
chance he is the catalyst. He will be the player who will move the ball around. He will be the guy who will make the chances for Ronaldo, and
Exactly.
even he will be the guy who will score a lot of goals in this campaign. If Portugal needs to move forward, Rafael Leao needs to have a very very good World Cup. Same goes with the delivery from the back. So if that's why I was telling that if Yao Cancelo can play left back and then Rafael Leao plays left wing, then
Mhm.
that combination at the left will be very lethal, right? So
Mhm.
that is something which a lot of teams won't have, and Portugal can really cash on in that particular space. So according
Okay.
to me, he is one of their most important players, even more important than Cristiano Ronaldo.
And they did not pick. Okay, there is Andre Silva. There's a very interesting guy in Goncalo Ramos. So he's been
Yes,
smashing. You want to add something?
he's just there, where if something happens to Ronaldo, if something happens to Joao Felix,
Hmm.
and if Portugal is losing 2-0, 3-0 somewhere at the World Cup, and you need to put all your attackers in the
Yeah,
team, I guess then that will be the point where Ramos, the Portuguese Ramos, will come into the picture.
Portuguese Ramos. And there's another guy called he's a what his name is Ricardo Horta. Yeah, I mean I've heard a lot
Yeah,
about this guy and his
I have
potential.
also heard a lot. He I guess he plays for Braga,
Yeah.
something like that, right? Yeah, I have also seen him play sometimes, but yeah, these players would be they are basically the backups. If something happens to Rafael or something happens to Ronaldo, to Yao
So
Felix, then
yeah,
these guys will be.
he's now Portuguese league. assist and goal, expected assist and goal is like 3.2 per game, which is insane on its own.
Yes, but again, you have to take into consideration the league,
Yeah, I understand.
right?
But
So
in Europa League also he has performed very well. Like the 2 goals, 2 assists. I mean,
that's why he's in
some
the
Manchester United players don't have that much.
that's why he's in the plane to Qatar.
And yeah, and how is yeah, and I think he's in a place of Andre Silva, not Andre Silva, Rafa Silva, because he played some knockout the playoffs in UEFA Nations League, and now we don't see Rafa Silva. So this is how much impact the European fixtures had on the selections.
Yes, and Rafa Silva was a very integral part of
Yeah,
Portugal even during the Euros in the you can say the you know the World Cup qualification squad and all. But
and
now he's not in the plane, and for me, it's just a very simple game, right? They
yeah,
have very good players, they have quality players, but all depends on how Fernando Santos plays them.
yeah,
They had a very good squad for Euro as well, but you know they were just full. You can say that not thrashed, but yes, it was a comprehensive. You can say a disappointing campaign for
Al-
Portugal in the Euros.
also they have
With that,
now, and you know what the worst thing was? Like the game in which they got knocked out. There was one good shot from Belgium, and they hit the post twice, Portugal, and they still couldn't find the. They were dominating, and when the game finished, I could not believe Portugal did not even have single goal. They were like so many. 2 times they hit the crossbar, and that shot that they had was so far away, like 40 yards. Thorgan
and
Hazard.
and and what even is scary
Hmm.
for Portugal this time
Yep.
in the World Cup.
Yes.
That was Euros.
Mhm.
Now in the World Cup, not even a single European team is going in form into the World Cup. It's all the Latin American team who is coming on with the full, flesh and the zeal
But I have
to
seen
win the World Cup.
uh, like South American team. They did not have a great fixtures. I've seen Argentina playing Jamaica, then Honduras, Estonia. Like this is not you
For
prepare for a
me,
World Cup. Like the
for
European
me,
team still had UEFA Nations League to play. They were playing tougher
yeah,
teams.
that's that. I agree, but
Mhm.
if you can, if you say that, okay, tell me the teams who are really, playing as a team or have the maximum chemistry between their players, I will pick two countries. One would be Denmark. I don't know what has happened after
Denmark,
that
yeah.
Ericsson incident. They have united like if I don't know like what has happened. Everybody is giving their best, and second is
Mhm.
Argentina.
Yeah, I agree.
Argentina is now
35
like they are playing like
unbeaten games.
so they are in the form of their life, and I
Yeah,
will be
but
not it will be not
a
that
shock
much
if they win the World
shocking
Cup.
if I see Brazil versus Argentina in the final.
I don't think so. They're in the same bracket, right? They'll have to fight in the semifinals. Only one team out of them will go forward to the final.
No, I think it will be if they can go in the
As per the World Cup
like if
brackets.
they are in the different thing. Yeah, but I guess because there was some kind of a prediction
Uh-huh.
made by the supercomputer
EA,
or something
EA
like that.
Sports made a prediction that Argentina is winning the World Cup.
No, there were two, three super computers who did made the prediction. In each and every prediction, Argentina was winning the World Cup. One was, I guess, Argentina versus Portugal, but the others were Argentina versus Brazil. Yeah, but
Hmm.
we have to see that if they fall in the same bracket or not. But yes,
Yeah, it we'll
for
have to
me,
see that.
yeah,
But
we'll also
but
talk
but
about
the kind of
Argentina for
team
the
Portugal
Euros.
has, they have at least I think at least they're gonna reach the semis. This for sure. Because the groups, the bracket which
For
they are
me,
there,
it's
there aren't that many strong teams in there. If they
for
get out
me,
of the
it's
group
about
first.
for me, it's about qualifying from the group first
Yeah.
because it's the World Cup, right?
I think Portugal is one of the
You can
toughest groups
maybe
also. They have
and
Ghana, they have
you
South
know
Korea, they have
and
Uruguay.
this time this time because of the injuries and all the uncertainties, you can see any team beating anybody. right? You can
Yeah.
see maybe a Denmark versus Canada semi-final.
That's exactly why the squad depth is very important at each and every position.
Yes. So
And with five
yes,
subs, the other team can put a lot of pressure if they're losing. In the final, they might
that's
sub
why
four people.
that's why I was telling that in between games also tactics will be changed, right?
Yeah,
You will be seeing changes in the formation. You will
that,
be
that's gonna be
seeing,
crazy this time.
this time. So that's why every player needs to be, really well oiled and needs to know that what their teammates are really doing. Because if that's missing, then it will be a big problem for them.
You remember Man City playing 2-3-5 against Copenhagen Flames?
Yes.
Copenhagen, like what the hell, man? What are you doing? Two behind,
That's
three
Pep.
in midfield, and five in front. Enjoy.
That's Pep. And we'll talk about the Germany as well. I just forgot that Hansi Flick is their coach.
Okay.
With him as the coach, I can see Germany also going very
Okay.
far.
Also,
Because
Raymond,
he will have that
we are losing the
mandate.
we're losing the time. So I would say that okay, give me the ceiling. What do you think that they will at least reach? What level do you think Portugal is gonna go?
I
Just
guess
out of
quarterfinals will be the point where
okay,
Portugal will.
my call is I see them making till semis, and then what happens is it depends on their performance. And I would put them as a. Do you think they are top five contenders to win the World Cup? Would you put them
Yes,
there?
because it's the last World Cup for Ronaldo. If he turns up like
And based on the
the
squad on the
original
paper,
Ronaldo,
they are basically yes.
in the paper,
With the
yes,
squad they have,
they can be,
but
but
yeah,
more
we know
because of
performances matter.
Ronaldo's last World Cup. So
Okay,
maybe
so
other
uh,
players would also perform.
our second team of the days will be covering now the Spanish team. They just dropped their squad a couple of hours ago, so let's go through the Spanish team and let's see what we have
Luis
in store.
Enrique. Is he biased to Barcelona?
Bro, I am a Madridista and I would say yes. Whatever you say. Like, bro, have you seen what his name is? Eric Garcia play. He's been crap,
Yes.
especially in the big games, and then he's get selected still. I don't know, man. So let's go through their goalkeepers: Unai Simon, Robert Sanchez, David Raya. Okay, Robert Sanchez, I think he is good, but I don't know if he's gonna get picked over Unai Simon or not.
Unai Simon is the first choice. Kepa is injured, that's why David Raya got picked.
Yeah,
Otherwise, Kepa would be
he had
the
his
second
form, yeah.
choice. So Unai Simon, they need a player who is very good with their feet because of the tiki-taka football which they play. So I guess because David De Gea is a good shot stopper, but not a, you can say, a sweeper keeper.
He's not a sweeper keeper, yeah.
Not there. So it was pretty much expected.
Yeah, no expectation in that.
Simon has been Luis Enrique's pick.
And
throughout the previous campaigns.
Defenders, I think this might be the worst defensive combination they have till I've seen Spain ever playing. Because now they have, especially center backs. I don't know, Pau Torres is rated, but I don't think so. And Laporte. Yeah.
And then you will have Carvajal and Jordi Alba as the left back and right back. I see them start. Carvajal will be backed by Aspilicueta as the backup, and then you will have Jose Gaya as the backup for Alaba. And Garcia.
What is Jordi Alba doing in this squad?
There are some players who just fit the system.
Who are just for the vibes, so, maybe.
Because Luis Enrique is also like Eric Ten Hag. You can.
He has worked with him, yeah.
Yeah, you can criticize them for picking up the squad, but he has delivered for Spain.
I agree.
So he doesn't care about who the players are. He believes in the system.
Just imagine if Americ Laporte was being picked for France, he would not have changed his citizenship. Just then look at the
Yes,
French, then look at
then
the
that would
Spanish
have been a big problem for Spain.
defenders. Yeah,
But he's now the Spanish guy, so
yeah.
I guess still it's not the best defense, but they don't need to defend that much because they
They
dominate
keep
the
the
game
ball, yeah,
most
a
of
lot
the
of.
time, right?
But they will be caught
So
in like most in. They make the games very boring, to be honest. They,
yes, so
it's not Barcelona
not
style
having
tiki taka. It's
Ramos
a
was
boring tiki
very much
taka.
expected, I
Too
guess.
much possession.
I was expecting that Ramos was a
Yeah,
bit
yeah. That's
spicy because
I.
he was I saw a few games for PSG where he was paired with Marquinhos,
He scored
and
also. Yeah.
that pairing was very shaky.
But the thing is, yeah, having a Ramos in your team is a big boost anyhow because the things
Yes,
he has won, the leader he has, because he's the guy who was always when you see his Madrid spell, he's the guy who's always turned up in high stake situations, high pressure situations, and he has always been a leader in the dressing room. So I don't see any of the players of these who's like a true leader.
absolutely none, absolutely
Yeah,
none. It will be Luis Enrique who would be guiding from the touchline, maybe. I don't know. But yes, Ramos would have been that particular. Maybe his presence in the dressing room would also create a lot of difference.
yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see. The only time will tell. So midfielders, Sergio Busquets,
It's a very. I don't think so. Busquets will start. It will
Rodri,
be Rodri,
should be
Pedri,
Rodri.
and either Gavi or Marcos Llorente who will start.
Yeah,
It
I
will be
get.
Rodri for sure to hold that single pivot, and then Petri is a world class player. And with regards to the third, either it will be Marcos Llorente or Gavi. Gavi has been really well for Barcelona in the recent time, but I think Llorente is also
One
good.
thing to notice in the this uh, Spanish squad is like they're mostly every Spanish team is like a midfield dominating team, and they have not selected too
Absolutely.
many midfielders in there. If they have like injury scares, they're gonna struggle with it.
Basically, for a tiki taka masterclass, we need Xavi and Iniesta, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that Xavi Iniesta needs to play, but a similar mentality of a player needs to play, and then you need somebody like a Busquets who can just hold the
Clean up
single pivot
everything
for
and
his team.
be a disruptor. The thing is like if in this squad the biggest thing is like Gavi and Pedri, they're very young. If they
Yes,
underperform, their mid will be like almost vanished. They won't be as
I
good
don't
as
think
they
so.
we expect them.
Pedri will underperform. Pedri is now I guess he's one of the star boys for Spain.
I
So
agree, but
I don't think so.
he
Pedri
struggles a
will
bit. He struggles a bit against the physical teams. I've seen it. Like he's being bullied. Gavi has been bullied.
Gavi can underperform. He's very young
I
in
think he's
terms of
17 only.
yeah. So I'm not pretty much sure about Gavi. That's why I picked
Putting
Marcos Llorente
putting a lot
over
of
Gavi.
into they put a lot of stake into Gavi. Maybe like there was not any other good midfielders in the entire Spain. I think they have
But
anyhow. I think there are very
they left
good
out
players in
Thiago
there.
as well.
Thiago, I think he retired from international football.
I don't think so. I guess he's
I
not
heard
really
it
fit.
somewhere. Thiago Alcantara, right?
Yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah,
like
no. They have snubbed him.
yes. So Thiago could be the guy instead of Gavi, but with the tiki taka kind of a thing which works, I guess the Barcelona system suits more to the Spanish squad. So accordingly, they have picked Gavi. But I don't know. It's a gamble. Let's see what it goes.
And
But
also,
even worse,
I like one player
but
uh, whose name is like Danny Parejo, who has always been consistent in any team he plays, and he's also not in the squad. And then Koke is in the squad. I don't know what did Koke do extraordinarily to be in the squad.
okay. So
I don't know.
I don't know. He's kind of a backup for you can say midfield.
Carlos
But
Soler, I
their
have never
midfield is
seen him.
still sorted.
I have not seen him PSG.
Carlos Soler
He just got
he
transferred
played
to
a very
PSG,
less
but he did not
very less
play.
games for PSG.
Vitinha is playing
Their
regularly
midfield is
there.
still sorted. their midfield is still solid, but
But I
I
think
don't know what
it lacks
their
a
attack
little
is
bit.
even
It
worse.
lacks a little bit in the like they could have made have one extra midfielder who is like very experienced one. Because somebody gets injured, somebody underperforms, there's gonna be some little
Maybe,
bit
but
shambles in there.
mostly, yeah. If somebody gets injured, if Pedri gets injured, let's say, then it
Yeah.
will be a big
Alright,
issue.
moving to the forward. Yeremy Pino, Ferran Torres, Nico Williams, Alvaro Morata, Marco Asensio, Pablo Sarabia, Dani Olmo, and Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati just came out of an injury. I don't know how big of an impact. We know he's a good player, but yeah, we'll see about it.
I don't know. He will play Dani Olmo because he's kind of a favorite for Luis Enrique. Not picking up, you know, some of
Gerard
the
Moreno.
big names in Spanish football.
Gerard Moreno.
Moreno,
They had been
yes,
the
Borja,
consistent number 9, and now they don't have
then
him.
Borga. Also, Borga has been the
I know,
top
yeah,
scorer for Spain,
exactly.
right? Borga, what's his full name? Gilasso or something like that. Igao Aspas got there, and they have put their bets again with Morata,
Yeah,
who can be a
100%.
hit or a miss
Yeah,
kind of a
he's very
player. If he
inconsistent.
goes, he can win you matches on his own. Otherwise, it's kind of a, you can say, flop show most of the times. But then you have Asensio, Fati, Ferran Torres. So basically, it will be either Ferran Torres or Asensio from the right wing, Ansu Fati from the left wing, and Morata, what I can see as the main striker.
Yeah, most of the time, I think even Morata is also he prefers not to like have an outright number 9. Most of the time, Morata also will be like dropping deep, just playing like a false 9, and Ferran Torres will do the same thing. They will be, I think, used in a
Yeah, it's
congregation.
kind of the same. Ferran Torres is like he can fit multiple roles.
Yeah,
He can play
right wing.
center attacking mid wanted. Ferran Torres can switch to the right wing as well. So I don't know, but still I don't see that sting in their attack.
The most, I think, most dangerous player I see in their forward is Dani Olmo.
Yeah, because he has been really good for Spain,
Exactly.
and the system really suits him.
Yep. And
So I don't know. Maybe Dani Olmo shifts to the center, maybe to the midfield, and you see Pedri, Rodri, and Dani Olmo as the three center backs. Dani Olmo being the center attacking mid in that depends.
and good thing for Spain is like Marco Asensio has delivered this season and he's in form.
Yes,
So
and
that's one
he is
line,
really
and
close
he's
to the
really good for
potential
Spain.
which was. He was always talked about that particular star kid or the like what Mbappe has been doing for the last few years.
Yeah.
When Madrid signed Asensio, I heard a lot of praise from a lot of guys. So
I have,
it's good for them. Let's see.
as a Madridista, I have seen a lot of golazos from him, especially against Barcelona. There were like two, I think somebody was missing in that game, maybe, yeah, and he just smashed it home. His left footer shots and all. And also the same thing is like, okay, so I think that completes the squad review. What is the ceiling you give?
Also,
What is expectation first
also
of all you
Chelsea
give?
is losing 1-0 to Newcastle.
Okay, they're done. Newcastle is, bro. Manchester City lost today, and now Arsenal can have a lot of lead of the points with the win.
Yes, I know.
Man, they lost to Brighton, right? Brighton, man. They did.
No, they lost to Brentford.
Brentford, yeah. So Brighton won their last match or they lost? Brighton beat Chelsea
They also
first of all, right? Now I'm feeling like
then
was it Graham Potter or was it Brighton doing wonders?
no, I don't think so. Like for me, what I feel is that Graham Potter needs to have some time.
Yeah.
He needs to have his philosophy embedded in the players,
Mhm.
and accordingly they can, I also feel that
Oh my
Todd
God.
Bowie will give Graham Potter the team
Yeah. Do you know now
for the
if Chelsea lose today, Brighton will be Brighton is ahead of Chelsea with one game in hand. Chelsea's 8 now.
Yes.
This
But
Premier League this season is, man, so tight.
but what according to me, the Premier League will be decided after the World Cup.
Yeah,
Because after the World
I
Cup,
agree.
a lot of players will be not be available. They will be injured. Something or the other things will happen. And this World Cup break has been really good for Chelsea because
Yeah.
after the World Cup break, Reece James would be back, and then you can also expect
Okay,
Partey coming back
I
to
know.
training sessions and all. So that
Okay,
will be really good for us.
enough of Chelsea now. So if Arsenal win the next game, they have 5 points lead on City, which is a huge lead in
Yeah.
Premier League, especially. And yeah, what do you see the
Basically,
ceiling?
they will start at the top of the table in the Christmas.
Okay,
That's
fine.
what.
So so what is your expectation for Spain? What do you think?
I don't know. Like I really don't see them again going past the quarterfinals. They will go past the group. What I see, but with the attack, if Asensio is going on, if you know Ansu Fati is having
If
a
they
good
gel well.
tournament, if they gel well, because again, it's kind of that the golden generation of England, where all the players were so good, but just because of the rivalry in the Premier League, they didn't had a good chemistry. Similarly, with regards to Barcelona and Real Madrid, you know, now I don't know. Like I guess these thing also takes a toll when it comes to the national tournaments.
Yeah, but I think they definitely the forward line is their weakest, I would say, because
Yes,
they are banking a lot on 2, 3 players in there.
specifically Morata. They need
Morata.
Morata to buy.
Bro, Morata, I need
They
an
need
agent
Morata.
like Morata has. He has played for almost all the major clubs in the world. Please get me an agent like this. All right. So
Yes. So
I
I don't
also
know.
think
Like again,
I
but at
think
the
it's
end,
gonna be
it's
quarters.
Luis Enrique.
It's gonna be quarters.
Yes, all about Luis Enrique, and he delivers results.
Yeah.
So that is why these teams are again
All right, man.
beaten.
That just completes the squad review. And next week we gonna have two South American giants for the squad reviews. It would be Argentina and
The two
Brazil.
favorites for the World Cup.
Yeah. I mean, if you see the team wise, I think Argentina is smashing it. If you look at the squad, oh my God, Brazil is something extraordinary this year. So it's gonna be so fun. Make sure you join us for the next podcast. And with this, we'll take a leave and see you next time.